The cold truth that most weak men hate, in fact, all weak men hate, essentially the truth in itself is what you are hating. The truth consists of you having to look in the mirror and make some very harsh reality assumptions of your life. So generally speaking, the truth in itself is what everyone hates, but most importantly, weak men. Because the consistency of a strong man requires a lot of self-transparency on honesty and understanding as to who he is and who he can be. One of the coldest truths that you must hear is no one's coming to save you. We're in a world where a high percentage of the population are sailing on a ship into the absolute distance of nowhere, waiting for someone to come and save your life, waiting for someone to come and slap you in the face, push you in the right direction. Now, I'm not saying there can't be things in life that inspire us, me being one of them, this information being something that can inspire you, that can help you, that can push you. But the singular action of you doing something is the only thing that will make substantial changes in your life. So when you understand and comprehend that no one is coming to save you, sitting down doing nothing about something is never going to be the solution, nor is it going to help. In fact, it only puts you in a constant downward spiral of life. When that realization really occurs and you understand that taking action is the most integral and important way to actually progress, you're able to start the process. So this starts, as I said before, with the level of self-transparency we have to take. An exercise that I've pushed onto tons of men is look at yourself long and hard in the mirror with your t-shirt off, with your clothes off, so you really see no facade, no filters, who you are. And when you just stand there and look at yourself without distractions, without music, without your phone, and just look at yourself, eventually you'll begin to see the absolute raw and unedited version of who you are. And then you'll start to ask the questions, am I who I want to be? Am I doing things that I want to be doing? Am I moving in a direction that I want to be moving in? Whether it takes you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, stand there and stare until you get real answers from the side, from the back. I don't care how you look at yourself. First of all, physically, second of all, psychologically, but then eventually you'll start to go deeper and deeper into who actually am I trying to be and what am I doing to pursue that? This is the absolute first process of just looking at yourself and acknowledging the truth about yourself. Then we have to understand how to plant seeds. This is one of the hardest things to do because a lot of seeds have been planted into our mind throughout our childhood, throughout our lives, through society, through family, through education, however it may be. So we have seeds that are planted that are doing damage to us, continuous damage to our lives. And a lot of the seeds that we need to plant actually need to take the place of these other seeds. It takes pain because it hurts to actually take up some of these seeds you've put a lot of time into, or take up some of the seeds that requires you to be completely, truly honest and hard on yourself. So when you're picking up these seeds, it can damage you internally as a weak man. But we're on the process of becoming a strong man, and a strong man allows pain and endures pain for the lessons it allows you to learn. Because after we've done this process of constantly ripping out poison from inside of our body and replacing it with seeds of growth, seeds of fertility, seeds that are able to become something, and that is seeds of truth, of improvement, seeds of development. These seeds that we're planting in our body have room to grow. The other seeds are moldy and are causing damage internally, but externally it's very hard for us to see this. After we've done all of this process of huge levels of pain and growth and exposure to the unknown, we're understanding that it requires hours and hours and hours of hard work and repetitive, consistent discipline to achieve the results we actually want to achieve. Now this is another point where a lot of people cannot hack it. A lot of people think, right, I'm gonna hard work. I'm gonna work hard. So I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up early, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna do this. Brilliant. When people realize that you have to sacrifice numerous activities, hours spent with family, with friends, doing stuff that you want to do, clubbing, partying, drinking, not for a week, not for a month, but for years on end to actually achieve your maximum level of capability, people are just not cut out for it. People will generally look at the achievement that could be achieved and the requirements of what you must do, the necessities of what must be done to achieve that. Even before they've tried it, look at it and go, nah. And that is the cold truth that weak men hate, that it actually requires you to get off your fat, lazy ass to achieve something. That it actually requires you to put in hours and hours and hours of work to achieve something. That no one is gonna save you, and it's you alone, more than anything versus yourself, in a system where you're gonna have to battle yourself and win emotionally, physically, psychologically, socially. You're gonna have to overcome countless self-battles and traumas and demons from yourself and achieve the maximum level of capabilities that we're looking at. So to conclude, The truth that you're hating is that there's no cheat code. That cheat code that we're looking for all the time, the get rich quick scheme, the how can I lie to this girl to make her think that I'm someone I'm not, how can I create a social media and make myself look good when I'm really ugly. This whole cheating system only does damage, and it doesn't allow us to fulfill real, genuine purpose or success in the long run. Accountability comes in an all or nothing state. You are either gonna stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself and say, I am responsible for everything in my life. I'm taking complete and full ownership for everything in my life, for myself, for my friends, for my job, for my business, for my environment, for my routine, for my diet, for my body, for my physicality, for my strength, and for my weaknesses. Until we are able to take complete ownership and accountability, we are not on the path of development, simply because we're still leaving things to chance. And as long as you leave anything in your life to luck or chance, the result, the conclusion, the achievement will be out of your control. And as a man, one thing we should have more than anything is control. Control in our minds, psychological control, emotional control, self-control, and these are some of the absolute biggest and most integral aspects to being not only a man, but a striving man, a dominant man, a leading man, and a successful man, and a man that fulfills their capabilities.